Hey there, it's me. I'm here to talk about time hacks today. We're always running around. We're always saying we don't have time for stuff. I can relate to that, but not the word have time. We don't make time. And more, I'm hearing from friends and coworkers and colleagues that we serve ourselves last. So that means that we're always up against it and feeling a little more frenetic than we want to. So, why don't we talk about some simple and effective ways to hack our schedules since we don't get any more than 24 hours in a day, 7 days a week, 365 a year? I think we all know that. So, let's see. First of all, I say talk about this in my book a lot, and that is environment. You want to set yourself up for success. So, I always say a cluttered space is a cluttered brain. So if your space is all over the place and you're operating from the corner of your dining room, your cluttered dining room table, and expecting to have a very zen, productive, peaceful day working at your computer, you probably will not deliver on that promise. You need to set your space up to be clean and uncluttered and where you can easily get to things, and that where your brain is not seeing freneticism. It's not overstimulated by clutter and other objects that are taking you away from your main goal. Use the focus on your computers, whether you have a Mac or a PC. It's do not disturb. You can find it in a Mac. You can find it at the top right hand corner of your thing of your screen. When you click on the top right, something will pop up that has these toggle. It looks like a double toggle, and it'll have Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, AirDrop on the left, and then focus on the right. So you click on focus, then you click on do not disturb. You can do it for an hour until this evening. I'm going to say do not disturb until this evening because today, after I'm done with this podcast, I have to write a website for a client. So that's the kind of project where I need to be heads down, not checking emails every 5 minutes, not being disturbed or disrupted by other ancillary activities or meetings. So that's another hack. Just do not disturb. Try to pick a day of the week where you don't have meetings. I attempted to do no meeting Monday. And for the most part, for the last couple of months, it's been working other than for internal staff or once in a while. This afternoon, actually, I have a client meeting because he couldn't meet any other day. And so, okay, there's an exception. But for the most part, the day is clutter free so I can focus on the work that I need to deliver. Remember what I talk about with your calendar, the color coding. I know I do this exhaustively in the book, but remember to focus your categories, have those colors that pertain to different categories. So is it legal, financial? Is it doctor, dentist? Is it personal self-care time, mani, pedi, spa, massage, whatever? Is it friends and family? Is it getting together with friends and family that you enjoy? That's a color. Is it fitness and working out? That's a color. Make sure, and then when you block out the time for the work that you actually have to do, this is where people get tripped up. They're very good about writing down appointments that are for other people, but they're not terribly good at writing down appointments for themselves. So when you need to create space and time to actually accomplish a project or a goal or a deliverable for work, you need to block that time in your calendar, its own color, right? So today I have my website content development blocked out for 4 hours. That's in a color. That's going to protect my calendar from getting encroached by something else or me forgetting that I'm committed to that time. And if I don't get to finish the whole thing, I'm going to carry over the hours that I didn't get or that I need to another day, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So make sure that your calendar reflects realistic time periods that you need to deliver on things. Also, if you need to go external to your office, you have to build in travel time. You have to build in the time it takes you to go shopping for food if you're going to go food shopping. Go online, you get your stuff together. You can order from every single food store and just pick up if that's what makes you happy in case you forgot a couple things, or have it delivered if that makes you happy. Personally, I'm getting more and more sick of the fees and the delivery and the tips and the this and the that they're charging. So I do it online and I go pick it up at the store. So then I can do it as I'm running my errands, and it's easy and it's convenient and it's whatever. Certain, stores have certain specialities. So I am very vigilant about what I eat and what I shop for. So I'm going to be a pain in the butt when it comes to which store am I going to go to or am I going to pick up from that has the food types that I want. So for me personally, I go from now with my new favorite is Wegmans because I can get jamon iberico from there and some Spanish specialties that I can't find anywhere else. I go to Trader Joe's. I go to Mom's Market, which is phenomenal. It's like a little mini Whole Foods, but on steroids, and the prices are amazing. I order from Thrive Market online, and I go to Whole Foods. So those are the places that I hang out, that I rotate depending on what it is that I need for that particular week or that particular month. Okay. So those are the time hacks for work and food and so on and so forth. Think about, if you want to be vigilant about what you eat and feeling good. And, I've been listening to more and more functional medicine people talk about gut health. I know gut health is a very big topic. I hesitated to write about food and nutrition and health and anything to do with that in my book because honestly, I've been studying it for 23 years, but I don't have the license and the diploma to show for it, which I will get before I die, just for myself. But I don't, this is not a consultation with your doctor. I know a lot about this stuff, but I am not a doctor and I don't play one on TV. But what I will tell you is garbage in, garbage out. So if you expect to operate like a Maserati and you're feeding your body leaded gasoline, to use an analogy, you're just not going to get what you need from yourself. So let's not put garbage in. Let's eliminate the processed foods. People think they're saving money by, eating out of a bag. You're not. If you do the math, you are not serving your body well by eating junk. You need to eat whole foods, things that are in the ground, that have colors that are from nature, not colors from a factory. If you can't pronounce it, don't eat it. If it has more than 5 ingredients, you probably want to do a double take. If it has more than 2 syllables, you probably want to do a double take. The recent statistic I heard is if you can eat up to 30 colors, different colors of things, fruits and vegetables in a week, you're doing really, really well. So make it your business to infuse your regimen, your diet with fruits and vegetables in large formats. Don't eat as much of the starchy rices and pastas and potatoes. Those are not going to help us. What I recently learned also, not recently, but when you're gluten intolerant like myself and you have a gluten allergy and you think that potatoes are safe, they're often not, because restaurants, especially fast food, will dunk them in gluten to make them crispier. So don't assume that when you go out to a meal, when you order a potato, you're getting a potato. You're getting a potato and then whatever the hell they want to put on top of that potato. So be really vigilant about that. So do more meal eating at your home. How do you make that happen? Well, batch cooking is my favorite thing to do. So this weekend, I had the pleasure of having my son up. He came up with a couple of his friends to play golf in the suburbs. So he lives in the city. So it was nice to see them. And so what does a mama do? She said, well, let me feed them, because that's how I show love. I show love by buying gifts and feeding people. So I batch cooked a whole bunch of grilled chicken, organic, free range chicken of all types. And then I had 2 different types of sauces that he could put on it if he wanted to. They wanted to. And I did make some oven roasted potatoes because they're 23 and I think their metabolisms were able to handle it. And I made a mixed green salad. So they had all of those things. And then I made homemade dark chocolate mousse. Yes, chocolate mousse. Very good for you. There's no other ingredients other than eggs and chocolate and some butter. So literally, that is a pure play dessert that you know exactly what's in it. There's not a whole bunch of GMOs, glucose, high fructose corn syrup, none of that crap. Pure play mama's chocolate mousse. So I made those, the chocolate mousse enough to have a dinner party and to serve them. So I batch cooked that. I made the oven roasted potatoes so we would get a couple meals out of it. The potatoes could be used for a tortilla, Spanish tortilla, after we did the dinner. I put it in a pan and I put in some cheese and some eggs. And then all of a sudden that becomes a potato tortilla, which we call Spanish omelet. So then that's a batch idea. Making chicken for the week and having it accessible to you during the week is easy. Having the fruits and vegetables cut up, clean, put in glass container. Do not use plastic. Plastics are leaching like never before. I don't want anybody listening to this to be drinking out of plastic water bottles. And first of all, it's hideous for the environment, but let's just talk about it's hideous for your body. They've just recently completed some testing that the leaching out of the plastic containers and bottles and everything else ends up in the rats' testicles and humans' testicles. That's how bad it is. It ends up in our ovaries. It ends up in the men's test. It ends up everywhere in our bodies, and it has the half-life of 1,000,000 years. So we don't want to be putting our food, heating our food in plastic. That's awful. Use glass containers, Pyrex glasses that have those lids that you can put in the refrigerator. My refrigerator looks like container of cut up pineapple, container of cut up strawberries, container of cut up watermelon, cleaned broccoli, cleaned carrots, cut up tomatoes, cut up cucumbers. So I can make a large salad within 3 minutes because everything is at the ready. It's there for me. Sometimes I even cut up the cheeses that I want. So between the chicken and the cheeses, and in small doses, of course, and the lots of the vegetables, and I made my own dressing. So I made dressing that I knew would last for the week. Also, as part of the batch cooking thing, I made multiple quiches. So I figured I would get the frozen crusts from the store. And then I had my eggs and I had my various types of cheeses. And then I made cheddar and broccoli, organic cheddar blend with organic broccoli and organic eggs and a little bit of cream. And then I made quiche Lorraine, which I made from imported Iberico Spanish ham with imported Manchego cheese and some eggs and a little bit of cream as well. And all of that has a lot of protein and it's easy to make. And I put them both in the oven. So we have the equivalent of multiple lunches, or at least a dinner or so per quiche. So the point is, you make it once and you use it multiple times, and it helps in that whole batch cooking thing. If you make it easy for yourself, you will eat better. If you make it hard for yourself and your refrigerator is constantly empty and you're constantly having to, if you open a cupboard, let's face it, people, you're not eating fresh fruit. Don't do it. Have everything at the ready in your refrigerator. So you spend a couple hours on a Sunday or a Saturday or whatever, and you get it ready for the week. So it makes it easy for you to be that quick and healthy. This morning, I had a protein shake. I put in lots of spinach because I wanted to get my greens out of the way, whatever the day brought. So I got the 2 cups of spinach, put it in the Vitamix. Then I followed that with a bunch of frozen strawberries, frozen berries. Then my protein shake. Yesterday I made it out of berry protein shake that I get from Purium. I love that brand. Today I made it with chocolate. It actually tasted pretty good. So I wanted to get my 32 grams of protein because I am committed, and I've noticed a big difference on myself. When I eat more protein, I am leaner and I start to look more fit. So it's not about counting calories. Yes, of course, you need to be cognizant of calories, but it's about being satisfied, eating with satiety. So if you're not eating and you're not snacking, you're going to eat less, and your body absorbs the types of calories differently. You don't absorb 1,000 calories of a Coca-Cola the same way you're going to absorb 1,000 calories of broccoli. Okay, so that makes complete sense even if you're a layperson. So the spinach, the blueberries, strawberries, I used coconut water and a couple of ice cubes, mixed that all up with the protein powder, and it was really delish. And I felt really, really satisfied. It's almost 12:30 now. I drank that at 8:30, and I don't feel hungry. If I do, I will get a couple of almonds and cashews or some version of nuts. And that's what you do to hack yourself. So you bring small bags of nuts with you. So if you do get hungry and you're on the road and you're traveling from place to place or whatever, you're not going to do the drive-through window at a fast food place, which, PS, if you do the math very carefully, is actually more expensive than eating whole foods. Just letting you know. Think about these time hacks. Also, pick out your clothes the night before, have that at the ready. If you're going to work out, have the workout clothes also ready to go. Have the amino acids or the shake or the pre-workout. All of it should be pre-prepared on your way out the door, saving time. So these are my time hacks for today. I went a little bit over what my normal time frame is. If you have other time hacks, I'd love to hear from you. These are just some of mine, and this is what I've been doing for years, and it just makes me feel a lot more in control and gives me more, more agency in my calendar. And I love that because I'm here to tell you, I think I'm a control freak, and I think most of us have that gene. If we're successful and we're busy and we're up to something, my guess is that we like to be that person that makes the decisions. Well, if you make the decisions and you're on top of it and you're leading the charge on your time and your day, you're going to feel a hell of a lot better. So on that note, make it a great day. Love you guys. Please subscribe. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, all it does is lets you know when I drop a new episode. I don't sell or market against your name or your email or anything like that. We don't have that kind of data. All we want to make sure we do is understand who is listening and if our programming is working for you. So feedback is desired. Subscribing and liking is always appreciated, and at this point, very necessary. Thank you. Bye.